that Sheila did not offer a cookie to everybody. Anna, how did that make you feel that she did not offer you a cookie? It's real sad. You guys in the room watching that, did it make you feel uncomfortable? Those of you who didn't know what she was doing, did it make you feel a little uncomfortable and bad for Anne, who didn't get offered a cookie? Yeah, a little awkward, right?
Just because she was pregnant?
Just because she's pregnant, she doesn't get a cookie? Okay, so when we prejudge and don't offer the opportunity to everyone, they could be feeling bad. They could think, what, does she not think I would be a great consultant? Does she think that I need to be on a diet? Therefore, she didn't offer me a cookie, right? We take all that personal, right? The moral of that little exercise is to ask everyone. And so I'm going to talk to you about sponsoring. Now, not everyone will say yes. I don't know if any of you, nobody denied the cookie, but maybe if you offered it to Anne, maybe she would have said, no, thank you, I'm full. No, thank you, I'm on a diet. No, thank you, I'm allergic to chocolate, whatever. Not everybody is going to say yes to a cookie, just like not everybody is going to say yes to this opportunity. They're not saying no to us. They have their reasons, right? It's the opportunity we're offering them that they're saying no to. When I started Party Light 9 years ago, it was definitely not my intention to give out cookies. I kept them all to myself. After all, if I offered them to everybody, I might be thought of as pushy. So I kept stockpiling my cookies. Well, thank goodness I had some sense knocked into me and have learned to give cookies away, because now I have the incredible team and the incredible region and income that I do today. By simply offering cookies, we have the power to literally change people's lives. So, how do we do it? How do we meet leads? At shows, I start each show by sharing my personal commercial, which is a 2-minute testimony of why I started Party Light. I let them know how my family benefits and why I continue. I personalize it to try to appeal to different people when appropriate. For example, if I am in a room full of college-age students, they don't have kids, I don't go on and on and on about how my Party Light income allows me to stay home with my kids, because they don't relate to that. Now, if I don't relate to them, because I'm not a college-age student, I talk about somebody on my team that is. So instead of talking about myself, I will talk about somebody else. So I try to personalize it to what that group is, so they can relate and they can hear what I'm saying. My focus at shows is making connections with people. It starts before the show starts. As my guests are arriving, I introduce myself to everybody, making eye contact with a warm, friendly, laid-back approach. I don't pounce on them as they come through the door. I'm pretty laid back. I do ask them a lot of questions about themselves, but not in an intrusive way. I like to mirror people as well, read their energy. I match energy at their level. Like if I have someone that comes in really excited, then I can show my excited, because my personality is really excited. But if I have someone that comes in really more quiet than I do, I tone it down. Because if I go at them, they're going to just totally go crazy, right? That's not good. So mirroring people and making connections right from the start. I do more listening than I do talking. People love to talk about themselves, right? We all do. So let them. Building that connection right from the start allows them to feel a connection with me. Therefore, their ears are open to what I have to share during my show demo. My sponsoring radar is always on. I consider everybody a sponsoring lead. I try not to prejudge. I have to admit, though, after 9 years, I'm still guilty of it, so I have to continually remind myself. I want people on my team that already have successful jobs. I want stay-at-home moms on my team. I want college-age students on my team. For those who already have successful jobs, the busiest people make the best consultants, right? And they're already successful. They have the work ethic that I'm looking for on my team. Stay-at-home moms, they need to get out of the house, do something for them, make some extra income to contribute to their households, or maybe just to go to the spa and treat themselves. And then college-age students, oh my goodness, if I had only known about Party Light when I was 18, oh goodness. So they need Party Light too. During my demo, I love highlighting my guests who know a lot about the products. I let them do the show for me, right? And I'll say stuff like, oh my gosh, Sheila, you are so good at this, you could totally do what I do. And I just let them take over. All their great ideas, give them the credit, and just let them do it. My focus at my shows is fun, fun, fun. My goal is that everyone in the room, including me, is having fun. We want our job to look appealing and duplicatable, right? If we were grumpy, if we weren't having fun, if our job was hard, who would want to do what we do, right? So we've got to make sure it truly is, because people will read through us. If we're just trying to fake it and pretend it's fun and pretend it's easy and all that, they can read through that. So you got to make your job fun and easy. I love asking everybody at my show to share what they love about the hostess. You know, what's your favorite thing about my hostess Sheila tonight? That way we can make her feel really great, makes her feel good, she's being, acknowledged by her friends. But it also allows me to personalize my closing with my hostess at the end of the show. It gives me a little insight into who she is, how much her friends love her. So that way when I offer her to turn her show into a starter show, I have, some info on her. Like I said earlier, I have a laid-back approach rather than pouncing. Yet I am very direct as well. I ask for what I'm asking for. It's direct in a non-intrusive way, and I give them the space to say yes or no, and they feel comfortable saying either. Just like I ask everybody, what do you think about having a show? It's not a yes or no question. I don't say, do you want to have a show? Do you want to start party line? I don't say that, because if they say no to me, where do I go from there, right? There's nowhere to go, and you're like, oh, okay, thanks anyways. So instead, I say, what do you think about having a show, so we can have a conversation about it, so I can get a grasp of what their objections are. Same thing, what do you think about doing what I do and making some extra income while having a lot of fun? And then I stop and listen to what they have to say. Thank you to Christine Foray, who's always taught me, resist the urge to fill that space. If there's a silence, we want to jump on it. Oh, well, what do you think about having a show? Oh, well, maybe you don't. I'm silly. Forget I asked, or whatever. You kind of get flushed in that moment. Instead, just wait and listen to what she has to say. Resist the urge to fill that silence and that awkwardness. A no doesn't mean no never. Some consultants are marinators. Tiffany, I'm sure more of you, but Tiffany's the first one who I think of. She had shows for me for 4 or 5 years. It just wasn't the right time for her, and now look at her. So she's on my team, and she's amazing. So a no does not necessarily mean no, never. So keep in touch with those people that have shown an interest or that you just feel strongly about being on your team.